Hi everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Angles podcast. So with your girl Kelita, Sahliah, over here we combine astronomy and astrology together and just observe the crypto markets and see how it correlates or if it doesn't. So of course this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I simply just fell in love with the stars and noticed there was a link between crypto, and we're basically just explaining it. So as I go through the zodiac story with what's happening this week, I'll then touch on the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP and the DXY. That's my capacity for now, but there's always room for improvement and more coins in the future. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is my own calendar that I am using. I may, because of course this is my art and I've already shown June, so I may put up on YouTube the next 2 weeks, but then July, it's not really showing. Let me just move that up. So yeah, if you would like to purchase this calendar, you can. This is the physical copy. There is a digital for $9.99 as well, if that interests you. So let's get into the story quickly. Anyway, it is the 18th today. It is a no moon, new moon in Gemini, as you can see. And interesting transits happening this week. It's the summer solstice for one, so the longest day of the year is here. It is the longest day of the year. We have Mars transiting into Leo and the Sun transiting into Gemini. I have done this on my YouTube channel where I've linked it into how this could potentially be impacting our lives on my astrology, my weekly astrology. They were live, they're not anymore. They're not going to be for a moment, but they will go back live. So if you do want to check that out in terms of what's happening in your own personal life, feel free to check that on my YouTube. But if not, this of course is all linked to crypto. So what am I seeing here with the no moon, new moon? And of course, if you hear noise, it's my daughter, it's my children. I can't help it. But on this no moon, new moon, being in Gemini, what am I seeing? So when it comes to the new moons, price likes to find its level of resistance. Okay, sweetheart, you do Dolly's hair while mommy does some work. So new moons, usually price is trying to find its new resistant level. So price in essence has the potential to be pulled up. Last week I says this could come into effect 5 days before, 5 days after. So it clearly is not happened. We will look at the charts. It hasn't happened yet. Price found its bottom around about this full moon, and then it did extend. It overextended, and now it's kind of just low. It seems as if as we've got the new moon energy for 5 days, essentially before this flip of the switch energy comes in on the 26th, what I'm seeing is price is really filling out its structure, I guess, so it can begin to continue to the upside. So we'll see in the charts, but that's what I'm seeing with this new moon, no moon here. Now when it comes to Mars being in Leo and the Sun being in Gemini, so Mars I'm seeing as our drive and our passion. It is our drive, our passion. It's what gets up. It's that fuel that gets you going. So in essence, I see that this is a lot about, or it cannot say, see, I feel it can bring volatility into the market, because whatever your drive and your passion is, this Leo is ready to do it confidently. So no matter how small, no matter how big, you're stepping in your confidence to kind of get it done. And with the Sun, the ego being in Gemini, the Sun is the ego. It attracts experiences to us. Okay, that is the purpose of the sun, and it's about to attract Gemini experiences to us. So as you've probably heard me mention this before about this whole Gemini energy, when was it Venus was in there. I feel that's when I started touching on us, like our we were getting a snippet, a little taster of when Venus was in Gemini. And let's actually take a look, because what was happening, Venus was in Gemini then. The market definitely, there was a little like there was movement when Venus was in Gemini, so it's like we're getting a little taster, but then the market has slowed down, it's kind of calmed down, and it's setting itself up, setting its structure up so it can continue to the next zone essentially. And now that, you know, it's like the material values, because Venus represented the material values. It was in Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. It is quick in terms of messages. It is that exchange of energy from thought, from communication, from money exchange as well. It literally fuels paper money, digital money, cryptocurrency. That is Mercury, and Mercury fuels Gemini. Please be careful that. Why are you over there?
Because I'm putting the charger.
No. Put your charger over there, okay? Sorry about that. Can you please get a towel and just put that down? So, the sun anyway, being in Gemini, I'm seeing these quick messages being attracted to us. Okay, these quick energy exchanges, we're now going to experience this through our ego. So our ego, our shell, will be interacting now with these. So it's like Venus, it was just what we valued. We had a little taster of it as the markets began to move. Mars obviously being in Cancer, it was just like, oh, we're recognizing that that's what's important to us. And as we now know that that's important to us, for example, wanting to make sure our family's okay, we're going to act on it confidently. Our Mars, our passion, we recognized, oh yeah, this is what I value is important. I'm doing it confidently now. And then within doing it confidently, your ego is now attracting these quick experiences to you. So what am I saying? Obviously I have linked that into people, but people move the market. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people just acting a bit more confidently, and our ego will begin to attract these mercurial experiences to us. Okay, so it is like an air sign. That's why again I'm seeing movement within the market. Essentially our drive and our passion has changed. We're doing it confidently, and yeah, our sun is there. So let's take a look, and it does make sense as these are happening here. It's still in the time frame of the new moon energy up till, like, you know, before the energy flips. So it does make sense as these pick up momentum if we possibly have a bullish weekend. So could the end of the week begin to be bullish, as there's times where like, I don't know, the market moves interestingly. Like sometimes it can move at the beginning of the week and then it's down for the end of the week, and it's like if it's not doing that and it's down at the beginning of the week, but like you can see it's priming and prepping, sometimes it starts moving like Friday and Saturday. Like once the other markets are closed, crypto can just kind of go wild. So that is interesting. And of course I mentioned last week this Saturn being in retrograde. Within our time now, anything that didn't get done in our time is getting done now, because retrograde allows that, and Saturn is time in simplicity. So our time and our focus now, it will be focused on what didn't get done. So let's pay attention to what comes up while Saturn is in retrograde. And from my opinion, I'm sure I said it last week, I'm seeing the markets fully finishing what it needs to do, because we all know that this isn't the bottom or the end of its downward trend. but in order for it to reach the downward trend, it needs to finish its higher points. It needs to finish its higher points, become rejected, and then we'll see what's happening. So in essence, within this time, that's what it will be doing. Just share, please. That's what it will be doing, basically. So let's go in now. Oh, there's Ophiuchus again. We're gonna take a look at the chart, of course, and I did empty some space on my laptop, but it's getting hot quite quickly already. I've definitely got to do more. But as this loads, that's essentially what I'm seeing. So it's kind of like, I find it interesting that Saturn is going back. No, Saturn's retrograding. So, and then all of these luminaries like Mars is picking up the sun as Saturn's retrograding. So it's like, yep, the time is now here to go back and go over it. And you've got all of these other luminaries now giving you the drive and fueling you to make it happen within the time that you've got. Okay, when Saturn retrograding tilts, it's for a while, so you don't need to worry about that for now. Okay, BTC. What did I say? What did I say? I'm putting this as the line chart. As you can see, I was like last week, that was whatever moon. We're going to put the next one. Oh, it's today. The next one is in today. Should we put in a next line? Or shall we just move this one? So we're moving them. I will enter the moon phases today, should I? So 18th. Is it the 18th today? Yeah. So that's where the new moon, no moon is. So it's going to be interesting. We still have a few days, of course, before the new moon energy is done with. So we're looking to about here. So it's going to be interesting. The new high, it's going to pull it up too. I was happy though, because last week I was saying I'm really seeing a dip down to 25, and it dipped down to 25. I was saying that so much, and it's like we've had a nice V-shaped recovery. If price happens to go down a little bit more, it may just hover. We are on the daily, and again that would seem quite healthy because that was the last price point, 25.8k. So it would be quite healthy to just get a little rejection off this point to come and back test this red trend line that I also drew. Now, because price has moved, I am going to click the red line. Oh man, I extended this so far. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to move it so it's actually touching it now, because it touch that, turn it here. You know, it's not going to be completely accurate, but my OCD, I like things to be on point. I realise I've got ADHD, you know, after watching TikTok, but anyway, let's move on. So I am liking we've got 1, 2, 3 touch points. Could make a quick wick to a 4th. It could ride it on up. I don't know. I am definitely seeing, we'll take a look at the charts on the smaller time frame, but I am definitely seeing a retest down to there would seem quite plausible. What's the RSI saying? Yeah, and it just depends if we get rejected from the relative strength index, which is the RSI. Depends if we get rejected off the 50 area to then come down, which is here. Once we check the DXY, we'll have a little bit more clarity on what it could potentially be doing next, of course. But I'm seeing this trend line now quite strong, so I'm going to keep that for sure. I'm going to keep it for sure. But of course, if it was to fall and break the trend line, here is definitely the next level. But I'm not really seeing that. I feel as time moves on, the moving averages will support Bitcoin. And I'm gonna also say, I will get to the point where I'll put on more and I'll change it to the 8. But I'm on the free version, and you can only put 3 things on, which is the RSI and the 2 moving averages for now. And because my computer's a little bit slow, even putting on the moon phases is a bit like, but I feel I'll just remove the maybe the 55 and just put on the moon phases so we can see after, so long as my laptop can handle him. Right, so that's what I'm seeing there essentially. It's like, what is it going to do? What is it going to do, right? So again, the RSI, you know, when I notice kind of like when it doesn't truly get to overbought and it kind of gets capped out here, it's kind of like it's creating a cliff to fall down. So that's why I'm saying, if price was to fall down to this level, let's put in a line. There's a lot of lines, so we're going to do a rectangle instead. Yeah, of prices to just go down to that level. It's not going to be normal at all, and I did extend it to there because we've had some interaction with this little zone. I feel it's just like a temporary small zone, which price could easily fall down to, because again on the 4 hour you see the 200 moving average, which is this white line. Price here, the blue, it seems as if it's going to become rejected off this zone. So 26.6 Bitcoin rejected off this zone, that may push it down temporarily. It may find support off the 55 moving average, which I feel would be amazing because it sits right here, and then that will just allow time for the moving averages to slope up and to eventually cross on the 4 hour, so it can continue going up. And what I do like, obviously it's not like a big slope down, it's kind of like it's almost getting ready to reverse like this and go on up. So that's what I'm seeing there for Bitcoin. And of course, yes, sweetheart. Oh, you found it. Oh, amazing. That's what I'm seeing there for Bitcoin personally. Yeah, based off this level, it's like we're clearly it's a rejection. Let's draw another square so it's there. At some point as well, I like to just fully reset the chart. After a while, I'm like, okay, and I'll draw it again fresh. So eventually it won't be as messy, because I know it's quite messy. And that's the thing I love about trading. You just get your own style and what matches to you. And of course I had to add purple in there, so I love purple. So yeah, I just see it is by this zone. It seems like it's creating a hilltop on the 4 hour, and to me it would be a healthy rejection to just retest back here quickly before continuing up. 1 hour for the smallest amount of time frame. Okay, beautiful. So on the 1 hour we have crossed. That is a good sign. So that's going to tell me that the 30-minute, 15, etc. has all crossed, and it's creating structures to continue to the upside. Again, it would still be quite healthy even if we come back maybe even to just the 55. Like, it probably won't even be down there, but if it does like a quick wick to the 200 moving average, sorry, then that I still feel it will be healthy. But I kind of feel price may even just follow this 55 as it has recently crossed over. So price may hover. We've got the option of it's just hovering and it's going to the next level, or it may quickly wick down to find that little bit of support. I do feel it needs a bit of support to gain its momentum, but we will see. So Also, people, actually, I'm going to do the moon phases once. So I'm going to move on to XRP now. And when I put the moon phases on XRP, we'll quickly go back and have a look at Bitcoin before jumping into the DXY, because the moon phases they don't work the same on the DXY. So XRPZ in the hizzy. So what I'm kind of seeing here, which I don't really like, is a double top. We've kind of got a triple top here. It could still be what I had said on the daily, a big, from this point onward, a big cup and handle, and it could be essentially finishing out its cup and handle structure, which is what I'd rather, to be honest, than this M, because if this is a double top M, 38 XRPs on the cards if it was to just collapse. Like, just seeing it, like, even if it's a quick wick down and then price finds support back on the 200 moving average. That's kind of what I'm seeing. However, if it doesn't do that, because it is right now very smallly being supported by the 55 moving average. If you notice, it's dropped right down. This area that was resistance for it, as you can see, was little resistance, broke through, popped that down, found resistance, fell even lower, got rejected again, resistance again, and it finally broke through. So the pattern I'd like to see, to be honest, is it's gaining its strength, finding support at this 47 level. That would be amazing. It is following the 55 now quite nicely, and as that kind of moves up, XRP has the potential to kind of be following it as the 200 kind of just moves up, and as the 200's like sloping up, it just sends it parabolic when it needs to, like we are expecting. Obviously, when was it was the 4th of June, so that was the full moon round about here. Price did go up a small percent, it did, and then now it has fallen down. So, and of course for the no moon, new moons, price likes to find its next resistance. So where could this next resistance be? Will the moon potentially pull it up to, what price is that? Let's move it up. Can't see. Could the moon pull it up to $60? $60, I'd love that. 60 cents. That would be amazing. Imagine that. It's like, rah, XRP. But price could the moon break through this resistance and move it to the next level? I don't know. We'll see. Let's look on the smaller time frames. Look at the RSI. So on the daily, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? I feel for me, I need to see how, just wait and see how price reacts at this level. Where is this? Okay. So I find it interesting, obviously, on the RSI, it's lower, but price is higher. Is that a hidden bearish diversion? Is the opposite way a hiddish bullish when it's lower on the RSI but price is when price is higher on the RSI? So imagine if that was a low and then price come here, but on the actual price action, price is lower than this last point. So what am I saying? If it really depends. Are we going to get rejected off the 50 from the RSI, which could push us down to make this area our support, which will still be okay if it's higher, like the 44 mark. If it passes 42, then we need to be seeing like higher than, if it goes lower than 36, I just don't know what it's doing. I don't know what it's doing. I mean, it could still probably cap in if it does some next really wick down like liquidation, and as long as it stays higher than that, then it's still technically in an upward structure, and we know how they like to play with our emotions. But kind of without being biased, I'm seeing if like rejection happens here. So this is something I'm going to keep an eye on. If it does get rejected at the 50, then that's kind of telling me price may get rejected at $50. Dollars, you see, I'm speaking into existence what XRP is going to be. All right, that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking it in. So 50 cents, and we can clearly see that that is a very strong level. And I've said before, I think in my last video, after all of this, it wouldn't surprise me if after XRP potentially spikes to $1, if it finds 50 cents as its lowest low before it literally reaches price discovery. So pay attention to what I just said then. But yeah, let's look on that smaller time frame so we can get a slightly clearer picture. Right.
Do you think this tea has to come out now?
It'll come out when it's ready, darling. So we can clearly see price is just hovering off these levels. It is under the moving averages. Okay, so that is what I'm noticing, and to be honest, it's kind of just hanging on a cliff. Like, what is this? So yeah, it's just kind of like, what is this really? If price managed to just jump up and get supported by there, but would that really happen? I don't know. Or will it get caught above? And again, we're reaching the 50 mark even on the 4 hour, so that's going to be even less, and I'm going to pay attention to that for sure. But yeah, it's like if there's rejection happening there, it's kind of like price it's just going to get rejected. Even off these, will they cross over to the downside, or will they kind of will that turn around? But that would only be if XRP moves. So it's like if the moving averages, it is above this little area here, which is nice to see, but obviously it's not out of the woods yet. If the moving averages push it down, or not even the moving averages, if Bitcoin pushes it down, and as I says, it seems likely, like structurally, for Bitcoin to make its one leg down, that would be good. Then this could send XRP to the 44 cents range, and I feel that again would be okay. It has been there before. Oh gosh, we'll see. One look at the 1 hour, the latest one, and I realised because it's going to take too long and I'll have to change it back, we will check out the DXY first, and then we'll put the moon phases on to finish up the video. So okay, on the 1 hour, this is why sometimes if you look on the smaller time frames, you can have a little snippet to see what's going on. It is hovering off this level, and as this is sloping up, could, like from the 1 hour downward, could that be what keeps it afloat, what keeps price afloat essentially? It is still technically under this resistance though. It's like a little resistance here, so I don't know if we can even just move from 48. Nah. You know what, because it's just like potentially this could even just get hit off there and go down. I feel the best thing to do is wait. We are you know, finding support after 50 on the hour, but it depends what it does at this point. Depends what it does at this point. It's okay. So yeah, I generally feel as it may follow the market, anyway, as it may follow Bitcoin in essence, could just have a one quick wick down here. Like, look, we've got you can't really class that as, we've got one, some crazy thing there, fake out, 2, 3. It's just like this last fourth one, finish off what it's doing, and then continue potentially, but we shall see. So I will put the moon phases on because I'd like you to have a look, because my laptop's, I'm doing its thing. We'll do that at the end. Let's have a quick look at the DXY. The thing is, I don't even know how long I record for, I just start and then I'm like, oh, at the end, I'm like, I was talking for that long. So try not to make, oh, and would you look at that? I swear, this is why I guess I like drawing my thingies on and keeping my drawings there for a little while before refreshing it, because as you can see, it didn't get as high as it did reach this level. It didn't get as high as the moving average, but it has just gone down on the DXY. And as you can see, I think I drew this for the weekly, so that's why that's there. It's like the weekly is crossing, and as by the weekly it kind of goes there, it will find support on the weekly and continue its upward momentum whilst crypto is correcting. Okay, so oh, and that just looks beautiful. The fact that this could be going down until, what is she doing? The fact that this could be going down until August, essentially, is kind of like music to my ears. I don't think I noticed that was August, because I'm seeing quick momentum in the crypto market for the rest of the rest of June, and it's just going crazy in July, like, when it just goes a bit choppy and it's like, what's going on, like big drawback, and it's probably going to peak higher than it last was, and then it's like after that it's just down. It's just down. So I am kind of seeing that happening for the summer. So to see that this could potentially be going down during the summer, that's amazing, because from like the end of summer, August going into September, I'm seeing the dollar just recovering as crypto is just low. So crypto is going to be low at the end of this year, so take the opportunity if you wish, but of course this is not financial advice. Don't do anything if you don't know what you're doing, and get a mentor. I'm not personally a mentor like that. I have my own mentor, but just get a mentor. There's so many people online, like loads. There's kind of no excuse now, to be fair. So let's take a little look at the 4 hour. If we're seeing, obviously it had, no, let's go back to the daily. It had fallen a lot, so of course a retracement is necessary, and I feel the retracement that's going to happen in this will cause the crypto market to do that little drop down, like what I was saying with Bitcoin and XRP. So that would make sense. It would make the most sense, to be fair, for price to come and get now rejected off this level. So it was rejected here. It's kind of going down in steps, 1, 2, 3. It's rejected here. It's getting smaller each time. It may find temporary support off this trading bundle here to then get rejected again and come down and make slightly lower lows potentially. So that's what I'm seeing. Also on the RSI, it's just fallen, you can see. So it's like it may try and come and get rejected off the 50. So let's take a look at the 4 hour, just a little wee look when this market opens at 10 p.m. tonight. So yeah, obviously it's reached oversold on the 4 hour, which is telling me this is why we want to retrace back up to this zone. It could potentially just these may cross over and then it gets rejected by both of them, as it is under them now anyway. So as I said, it's just this temporary relief, this temporary retesting of the support it just broke, to confirm that as resistance, and then potentially confirm this level 101 as its new level of support. So what am I saying here? Where's my brush? Let me get my brush. Where's my brush? So, oh, it's two are the same. You need a different one that doesn't have the hole at the bottom. So what I'm seeing here, because price is low on the RSI, kind of like just, you know how it's pointing up there? Oh, okay. Now it's pointing up there. It could just get wicked off there and then come down to that 101, and this, so this could be the little dip down in crypto as this just finds its resistance here, and you see this next leg down, this could be the new moon pull up. So as price is being kind of pulled up towards the new moon, no moon, this could come down to the 101 level. So let's see. Anyway, I just want to drop down to the 1 hour just to see the RSI if this works. I do go on the smaller time frames. Yeah, on the 1 hour. No, even on the 1 hour though, it could be rejected off this level, so it might not even do that one jump up. It could just go down. We'll see. We will see. So I want to go back to, you know, me and Bitcoin have the same moon and rising sign, being Pisces. Just wanted to throw that out there. Just wanted to throw it out there. Right. Oh gosh. Okay, see ya. Right. So I just want to put on, shall we move the 55? Let's move the 55. We'll get rid of that, and we're going to put on the moon cycles. Careful. So we put on the moon. It's there. There was one without all of, you know, I'm happy it says the summer solstice and that, to be fair, but there was legit one with just the moon phases and not all the equinoxes, but they do play a role. They are important, especially the half moons, to kind of just observe the switch in energy, or when the energy switches up. Oh, I've still got my brush. Oh, let's get my cursor back. So, and you see this new moon is like, is it going to just, like, that's its local high, it's just going to dip down back to this level, and then will the next full moon push it to the next level? Like, I don't know. Or is it going to be wild? It could be wild. Price could end up at 28k. It could go higher. I don't know, but I just wanted to show you how it looked with the moon phases, and I'll show you XRP as well. Show you XRP. So is it? So it's like our last full moon. As you can see, price just moved up quite quickly, and then it just retraced lower to where it was. Let's look at XRP before we bring this to a close. As you can hear me pitney them, can hear them, right? And again, it's like the full moon made it spike a little, got some highs in there, found its new support, and then okay, careful, and then you this new moon here, new moon, no moon, is this showing the high, and then it's dropping down to gain better support? Was it off this level? Yeah, to gain the support off this level, potentially. We'll see how it goes, but like I'm saying, I'm seeing a little downward momentum for it to finish off this structure this week before it can continue onward, basically. Yeah, before it picks up its momentum of this Gemini and Leo energy. But that is it. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this made some sort of sense, and I hope that the technical analysis was, you know, I hope it's just understandable and people get it. It is my own way and my own flow. like I said, obviously, if you did want to grab a calendar of your own, feel free to grab it on Etsy. I also offer personal readings, natal chart, birth chart readings based off the visible sky, because of course this is not mainstream astrology. It is based off astronomy, you know. So if you were ever curious about your astrological placements based on the actual visible sky of our realm, feel free to reach me out. They are £10 for the whole of summer, 50% off. So the choice is yours. But anyway, I hope this helped. I hope it resonates. And anyway, I will see you next week for our Crypto Angles podcast, uno numero 13. We're reaching the 13th podcast soon. But anyway, thank you for whoever listens to this. And I will see you next week. But anyway, Angel out. Bye.